All right, so let's move on to I don't even know which region this is. The Midwest
East.
with
It's a Midwest. Oh, I know.
Midwest. So we'll go where Illinois is the number one seed.
Yeah.
And man, I think Illinois got one of the toughest draws in this event. You could be looking at Georgia Tech, ACC tournament champion in the second round.
Yeah.
You could be looking at Cade Cunningham in the Sweet 16. I'm not that sold on Houston, but I do think that we could end up with the situation where West Virginia is heading to the Elite Eight in this spot. What do you make of this region? What do you make of the draw for Illinois? And are the Illini the favorites to get to the Final Four out of the Midwest?
They definitely are the favorite to get to the Final Four. I mean, did you watch the game today? Like I was amazing. Excuse me. Kofi was amazing. Andre played great. Like I like the 2-point guard tandem. I told you I thought that'd be a good idea when we talked about Illinois in our segment. Your team sucks. Make sure you guys check that out. But yeah, I thought that was a nice little pickup for them as far as having Dre in the half court, being able to come up pick and rolls, and then keeping Ayo to the left so he can go downhill right and also make plays for others. I mean, it was great to watch today. So I think Illinois definitely has a great route set up for them to go to the Final Four. I mean, it's tough, but it's not easy by any means. But I feel like they can get there. They're talented enough.
Yeah, I mean, they can absolutely get there. And we've gone over Illinois enough. We don't really need to hype them up. The two guard looks, the improvements that Kofi has made on the defensive end of the floor.
Exactly.
Look, Georgia Tech in that second round, Jose Alvarado is a dog, man.
Yeah, I'm excited. Alvarado. I'm excited to see the guard matchup.
his celebration when they made it to when the ACC tournament, I was just like, that is the happiest dude alive. When he was running around and then all of a sudden spotted the balloons and went and jumped in the balloons, I was like, oh my God, look at this guy.
He's enjoying the moment, man. He's enjoying the moment, man.
Yeah, shout out to Jose Alvarado. That'll be great because we have a potential Jose Alvarado Andre Curbelo matchup in the second round of the tournament. Which buddy, my two favorite little guards in the country.
See who can have the most exciting moments or turnovers.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So I mean, look, that's a tough draw for them to get Georgia Tech potentially in the second round, and then Oklahoma State potentially in the Sweet 16. I honestly think Oklahoma State that's a really, really difficult matchup for the Illini because so much of what Oklahoma State does plays into the way that they want to play. And look, if we can get Ayo against Cade in the Sweet 16, like sign me up for that, that's bro. That is cool. Yeah, that's good.
Everybody wins. Everybody wins in that game.
Everybody wins. All right, so give me the first round matchup you're looking forward to the most and the upset pick that you have coming out of that region.
I am looking forward to out of the first round. I would probably say Rutgers and Clemson. I want to see which Rutgers and which Clemson will get. I feel like I've seen Houston play great. Obviously, I've seen like Syracuse is playing against San Diego State, which is going to be a good game. But Rutgers has also had a very good start to the season and a very like blah middle, and then they've started to find their way back toward the end of the season. And Clemson just like they finished strong because they were getting blown out left and right. So I'm excited to see which one of these teams are going to come out. Like, are we going to see a subpar game, or are we going to get them both at their absolute best? So this is the game.
I have a confession. That might be the first round game that I'm looking forward to the least. Clemson.
Really?
I just feel like it's going to – I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Like, there's a lot to determine there because that's two teams that we both were very high on at one point and aren't now. But it's also like that game's definitely going to be played in like the 50s. And it's going to be ugly, and they're going to be like running flex and shit. And I'm like, I don't. No, look, to be honest, like, I don't think there's a good first round matchup in this region. Now, the second round matchups, it gets juicy quick. So we have the potential of Georgia Tech and Illinois, which we just talked about. Yeah. We could get Oklahoma State and Tennessee in the second round.
Going to be a fight.
Buckle up. We can get Syracuse, who always goes on runs. Like you can set your clock to Syracuse going on a run at some point in the NCAA tournament. I think it's going to happen here. Potentially going up against your West Virginia Mountaineers, right? Like that's spicy.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting second round for sure. It's gonna be an interesting second round for sure.
All right, so give me your upset special in the first round coming out of this region.
First round,
I teased mine already. I got the orange, baby. The orange. The zone's tough to play against. I love Brian Dutcher, but he might have his eye on a job somewhere in the state of Minnesota. And look, the Syracuse, this is what they do, right? They somehow find their way on the bubble. They somehow find their way into the tournament, and then they go on a run. This is what they do.
You see 82.
They are built for this. They are built for this.
82 Atlantic says Syracuse then going to Baylor in 2019.
Yeah, true.
True. I can argue that.
Yeah. But all right. So no, I like Syracuse in that spot. I kind of think Oregon State can give Tennessee some trouble. Just look, Oregon State plays in the mid-major league in the Pac-12. They finished fifth in a league that basically had three good teams. And I get all that, but Tennessee is there's just something about them that it's just not clicking. And it never has clicked all season. And you could just see, like, there's always a moment in a game where you can just kind of see the air go out of Tennessee sails. And I don't think that this year is going to be really all that different.
Yeah, I mean, Oregon State is the team that's won its very first Pac-12, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't count a team that's just made history out. Oregon State, I saw it today. It was pretty funny. Like, they named all the teams that won their conference tournaments, and then it said first time, and it says ever in all caps, like, so, as a joke. So, but shout out to them. I think they got a chance to beat Tennessee, but Tennessee is, if they show up defensively, and I don't really see Oregon State doing too much to stop Tennessee.
I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, that's the thing with Tennessee. It's if they show up.
Yeah, that is true. So, that's a lot of SEC though.
Yeah. All right. So, talk to me about who you got in the Elite Eight and who you got in the Final Four. Like, how do you think this bracket's going to end up playing out?
Well, you're going to kill me. I have Rutgers beating Houston. I feel like Rutgers has enough skill at certain positions, mainly point guard and at the 4 spot. And then they also can be really big. Now, obviously, I know how well Houston, especially after watching them today, how hard they hit the glass, how they just create the pace defensively and offensively. But I feel when we have certain matchups and size like Rutgers would have over them, and obviously they're sharpened with their conference schedule, I can't count Rutgers out. So I have Rutgers beating Houston in that next round, and then West Virginia versus Rutgers, which I know my boy Benny is over there like smiling. And I got us.
People that don't know, Ben Asher was a GA at West Virginia, and now he's on staff at Rutgers, so he'll be a little bit more.
It'll be a little spicy. I know Ben's gonna
the group chat will get real interesting. But real quick, I just want to follow up your point on Houston.
Yeah.
Houston, like, what they do great is kind of play bully ball a little bit, and I want to see what happens when they try to play bully ball against the bullies.
Yes,
that makes sense. So it'll be interesting. They're good. They're well coached. They got great guards. Quentin Grimes has been unbelievable this year, but that'll be an interesting matchup.
Yeah. So I think that'll be the case. I got West Virginia getting past Syracuse if shots are going down, because jump shooting is very important against the zone, and also finding ways to get Derek Culver to score against the zone is going to be like very important for the Mountaineers. Because I mean, I don't see the Mountaineers winning many games if Derek Culver doesn't get his doubles and cost and Syracuse isn't leaving the zone, so it's not like a worry about double teaming and stuff like they're not coming out of the zone. So the Mountaineers are gonna have to make jump shots to get to the next round. I think they will. And I think they got a chance of getting past Rutgers. I have Illinois getting past Cade Cunningham and those guys in the I want to say, is that the Sweet 16? And then I see West Virginia and Illinois, in which I have to. Do I give you my personal bracket or just my actual pick? I
want, if you could take West Virginia. If you want West Virginia going, take
once again. I know you guys out there are gonna hate me. I have my Mountaineers playing a very, very, very great game against Illinois. It's going to be damn near impossible and it'll be a great match to see Kofi and Derek Culver. But I think Deuce McBride is going to have a great tournament. And who else to play other than the best point guard in college basketball?
Yep.
Ayo Dosunmu.
So I think that we're going to get Oklahoma State out of this region.
Oh, you do?
I think Oklahoma State will beat Illinois. Yeah, I make it a rule that I got to pick at least one number one seed to lose in the Sweet 16 at some place because it almost always happens. So I think that Oklahoma State picks off Illinois. I think that the ability to take Kofi out will be too much for him. And I'm just going to bet on Cade going full Cade at some point in this tournament. I'm going to say it's against Illinois. I think that we get a Oklahoma West Virginia part 4. Is it part 4? Yeah, part 4 in the Elite 8. And I'm going to go against your boys. I'm going to have Oklahoma State in the Final Four. It's ride with Cade, man. Like I'm just riding with Cade.